Hello! Welcome back to the Late Night Tea Show. My name is Lexi Diamond.
Chicas Man here.
And we're doing the weekly recap of Ultimate Queen Week 8.
Week 8. And what's the challenge this week, Lexi Diamond?
ABC.
Easy as.
Anything but clothes.
Anything but clothes.
ABC. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. All simple and do, re, mi. ABC. 1, 2, 3.
So, of course, hosting we have Evelyn Evermoore.
And Felony Misdemeanor.
And mentoring again we have Mariah Spanik.
Lacey Fauxx Vanderpump.
Bella Couture Cher.
And Arial Spell. Special guest. She did a really good job mentoring this week. It was really cute. So starting us off, we have Miss Willow Pill. I felt like Willow Pill met the requirements. Anything but clothing, ABCs. I felt like she did a cute number. It was a cute outfit. It could probably have been elevated a little bit more, if I'm being quite honest. But it wasn't anything that I hated or that I didn't appreciate or didn't like. So I feel like this was still a solid performance.
Well, the mentors liked the attention to details with her look. It was red duct tape, foil, and jump ropes.
Nice, yes, queen.
But they called her a powerhouse and one to watch out for.
Yeah, no, definitely. This whole competition, she's definitely been one to watch out for.
I don't know why they just said it now, but yeah, it's something we already knew. Well, the only bad critiques she got was minor wig issues. Following Willow Pill, we have Krystina beat Vanity.
Yes, ma'am.
So the mentors thought that the look was fun. They liked her energy throughout the performance. And they praised her on her makeup. They think it's improving.
The song choice was actually really, really fun and I really did enjoy it. I felt like my head was bobbing like as I was watching this.
And usually she gets clocked on the lip sync. But since the song was on Spanish, she knew every word. Obviously. The only bad critiques that she got was the black bodysuit under her flotational devices. They would have liked to see it more colorful, so it kind of camouflaged with the rest. But other than that, I mean, the mentors were split on the hair too. Some of them liked this, some of them didn't. But it was a cute performance.
Moving right along, we have Miss Lisa Frank Cortez. Yes, queen. Walk for me. Walk for me. Walk for me. I was living for this performance. If I do have a few minor critiques, I felt like the lip sync could have been a little bit tighter, and there was a few times where she got so excited, I feel, that she just kept dancing and was feeling herself, and so the lyrics weren't there, the lip sync wasn't there, but otherwise it was a really strong performance. It was really cute. I feel like the energy was there, and it was astounding. It was stunning.
Yes, the mentors thought the energy was there. It was a good performance. They thought that she met the ABC's challenge very well. She also got critiqued on her man prop. The mentors thought that the man prop was on the stage a little too long.
Yeah, like he overstayed his welcome.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, good job, bro. And next up we have...
No! Don't let them know.
Michelle B.
Well, now they know.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. This was like so good, it was stupid. Like, I just couldn't help but smile the entire time. This was cheap, this was genius, this was entertaining. It was like, it was great, it was amazing. I was laughing and snapping and jumping the entire time and I was cracking up all at the same time. It was amazing.
It was stupid good.
It was stupid good.
Well, the mentors had absolutely nothing bad to say about this performance. And you're right, it was a great concept. You can tell that she dedicated herself to this week to meet the week's challenge, and it paid off.
Like, I just want to know where she got all that cardboard.
Office Max.
It was absolutely amazing. It was really fun to watch. Good job.
Good job, Michelle. Next up, we have Kelela Cortez.
Yeah.
So we got to give a hand to Kelela Cortez. This was a fun performance.
I get it. I get the pun.
Thank you.
I get the pun.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I do gotta handed to her for pulling this off and stepping out of her box.
Really, all hands were on deck for this one.
On the other hand, she did get minor costume critiques. She did a reveal and it kind of fell apart, but I mean, other than that, hands down, one of the best sets
Okay.
of the week.
If puns had a gun, you would just be. It was great. I will say, I was a little confused at first, and then I kind of caught on to what was going on, and then I just realized it was all bangers. These were all songs that were great and had the lyrics of hands in them, and so.
Yeah, it was
It was like an ongoing joke.
Well, it was a hand theme.
Yeah, well, yeah. I can't stand you sometimes.
But overall, it was something different from Kelela, and I liked it.
It was actually. I think it was still very Kelela, but it was very outside of what we usually see from her. But her personality was there, and her character was there, and her sense of humor was there. So it was great. It was good to watch.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Yes, we'll give you a hand. And next we have this babe, Reprobabe.
Warning, the next performance features blood, vaginal violence, and extreme partial nudity. Viewers' discretion advised.
This is quite an intriguing period piece. No? Okay. I tried.
So the mentors liked the performance. The only critique she got across the board was her hair. Her wig.
And you know what? I liked it.
I kind of liked it too.
I liked it. I mean, because it's still very Reprobabe. I mean, there has to be some messiness there. Otherwise, it's not her, right? And leave it up to a gay man who does drag to do a number about periods. Like, I think that's pretty badass, if you ask me. It was great.
But overall, this was still very much Reprobabe,
Yeah,
and I enjoyed it.
yeah, and it was very intriguing. It caught our attention all the way through, and it didn't have to be super over the top, even though it kind of was in a different way. The energy was still very consistent, and it was great to watch. Next up, we have Chanel Banks. I thought this was a cute number, and I felt like the costume was adorable, and there was a lot of hard work that went into it, and you could tell. Overall, it was a little bit different than what Chanel usually gives us, which I really appreciated. And I thought the song selection was interesting. Not in a bad way, like, I wouldn't have expected her to pick a song like that, but it was still very fun, and you could tell she enjoyed it on stage, so it was great.
And the mentors would agree with you that that was a cute concept, cute look. However, they would have liked to see it bigger, maybe shoulder pieces or an actual dress made out of playing cards. But overall, yeah, she even got praised on her makeup.
Yeah, her makeup was different than what she usually does, and it definitely showed, and it was beautiful on stage. I do agree, though, she probably could have gotten a little bit bigger, although that's not really her aesthetic, so I'm not mad at her for not going that far, because it was still very Chanel. I do felt like the performance could have been a little bit higher energy, but it was still a very solid performance that I enjoyed watching.
And closing the night, we have Veronica Taylor-Mykels. So the mentors thought this was a creative take on Jeffrey Dahmer and the meat dress. They would have liked to see more intense interaction with her prop man and more meat on the back.
Yes, yes, and yes, I agree. I will say this, maybe because it was Jeffrey Dahmer themed, it almost made me a little uncomfortable watching this. Even though it was goofy in a way, it was presented in a very campy sort of way, it did make me a little uncomfortable, especially when I realized that the meat dress was an actual meat dress. I was like, ooh. So it was very successful in that it did cause a reaction for me at least, and it was both like disgusting, but like you didn't want to look away.
Yeah, exactly. It was disturbing, but you couldn't look away.
Yeah, it was effective for sure.
Very, very much. It was definitely a raw performance. But overall, she met the challenge, and it was a good performance.
Yes, it was entertaining. Good job. So unfortunately this week, we did have another dropout, unfortunately, and I mean, life happens as it always does. I mean, there's always at least one competitor every year, I feel, that life just catches up to them and maybe this isn't their time. And unfortunately for us, Dustin Tron did have to drop out due to personal reasons. And we really hope that he's doing really well and that everything works out. And just like with Karma Nocturne, like please reach out because you do have a really big fan base that, you know, really wants to know what's going on, and we just want to know that you're okay, and we want you to know that we love and support you.
With that being said, unfortunately, there's still an elimination this week, which is bringing our top 9 down to top 7.
Ooh.
Yes. So your tops and your bottoms
We love those.
of the week are
Krystina B. Vanity,
Reprobabe,
Kelela Cortez,
Chanel Banks,
and Michelle B. So before we reveal who the actual tops and bottoms are here, what do you think of this group that we see before us?
Okay, so looking at this group, and not just me, I'm sure, you're thinking WTF.
Yeah,
Somebody from this bunch is going home.
yeah.
And you're like, no!
Now!
But like we said before, it's already down to the nitty gritty.
I'm like low-key mad that this season is so intense. Like, and I'm really glad that we started covering the season this season because this happens to be a very, very good season.
It's a good season to start with.
We've had weeks upon weeks before where we're like, oh my gosh, are we already eliminating like some of the best contenders? Because they're all really good at what they do. And so looking at this lineup right from the start, you're like, where do these people land? With that said, we do have to accept the fact that we have some tops and bottoms, and they are as follows. Our tops would be
Michelle B, Kelela Cortez, and Reprobabe.
which unfortunately leaves Krystina B. Vanity and Chanel Banks in the bottom this week.
And the winner
Of the ABC Anything But Clothes week is
Michelle
Yeah, this is her first win, ladies and gentlemen. She earned that shit today. She worked very hard.
Okay, so the best part of them announcing who the winner was, I don't know if you noticed this, you can see Michelle B say, finally. And I agree.
Yeah.
This was, I mean, finally.
Yeah, she's been literally a top contender like every other week, and it really just goes to show how much she wants this, and it's like she really did deserve this. You really did deserve this, Michelle. Good job.
Yeah, good job. It's well deserved.
Yeah. It was stupid. It was so stupid, but I loved it. Oh my god. Great job.
So moving on to our lip sync battle.
This was intense.
This was intense.
And if I could be quite candid, again, like, messy. It got a little messy. I'm not gonna lie. It got a little aggressive to the point where I got a little uncomfortable. And like, on the plus side, it just shows how much they both want it.
Right.
Like, they want it. But, got a little uncomfortable there. We're all sisters. Sisters fight every once in a while. Let's be fair. I felt like Chanel's performance during the lip sync was very Chanel. I felt like she stayed true to herself and still gave us energy and body and what she's all about. But I do think Krystina B. Vanity just wanted it just a little bit more and was a crowd favorite from the start of the lip sync, I kind of think.
No, I agree, and this is the last standing big queen we have in the competition, and you know I love my big queens.
Yes, you do.
So I'd probably be incomplete if she would have left.
Which unfortunately means that Chanel Banks did have to say goodbye to us this week. Sad moment, man.
But not entirely sad.
You know
because
what?
there is some good news.
This is a beautiful moment. I'm not gonna lie. So as Chanel Banks is actually giving her last few words to the audience, Felony Misdemeanor comes up with an interesting proposal.
I want to thank Taylor and Drag Denver. I want to thank everyone who is Team Chanel. And the one person I really want to thank the most is my mom. She's right here. But other than that, still look petite. Still look pretty.
Yeah! Make some noise for Chanel Banks, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Chanel! Chanel! I have to ask you, would you like to be part of the Misdemeanor family?
Oh shit. Give it up more time for Chanel!
Chanel Banks Misdemeanor, ladies and gentlemen.
I did take. So there you have your top 7. Moving on to next week.
He's top 7 already.
Top 7. And next week's challenge is Lost in Space.
Ooh!
Danger, Will Robinson.
Danger Will Robinson. As always, thank you guys so much for joining us this week. Please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and make sure you tell your friends about this amazing channel we have just for you guys. We really do appreciate your love and support, and we'll see you next week.
And with that, we leave you with this.
Yacht Queen fucked me up.